Welcome back to the garden. So we are now in November and the garden's still looking pretty decent for the time of year. So gardening jobs this weekend, nothing frantic. Yesterday went ahead and did a little bit more on my greenhouse, so I'll go ahead and put that footage in right now. So as you can see, I've started putting up the frame, which I'm really excited about. Today I've actually got to go ahead and secure the frame. I've got a lot of loose nuts and bolts in there, so I need to go ahead and do that. Yesterday also I took some Persicaria cuttings, which are really simple. I'll show you guys that. Yes, it's late in the season, low light levels, but I'll show you some cuttings I actually took last week and they've already started to root in water, so I'll go ahead and show you that now. So my intention with Persicaria actually wasn't to take any cuttings. Now I actually had a small mishap with one of them. I don't actually know how it happened, but I come to it and one of my leaves have actually, stems had actually folded over, not disattached from the plant. These things happen, so what I went ahead and did is actually put them in some water. So I do a lot of water cuttings. I had a comment on one of the videos I did saying it's really low light levels and things like that. Correct, it is, but do you know what? Life finds a way.
Finds a way.
And they still do alright. So I only did one, not last week, the week before. I'll just pull that one out for you now and show you that. And then I went ahead yesterday and took some more. So that is ready to be potted up. Good root system. That is literally about 2.5 inches. You can take them longer, but as long as you've got one like hormone cut there, that's where you get your new shoots from, and then to there, then that's absolutely fine. So really pleased with that. That's going to be a new plant, and I actually went ahead and did a few more cuttings yesterday just while I got 2 minutes. So they are now sat in water. Persicaria, I've also got some salvias which I've done a video on as well. So yes, low light levels, quite late, but look, it works. So I'll show you what else I got up to. So this is a bit of an impulse buy. So I was looking through eBay, just in general exotic trees and things like that, and come across this LOQUAT tree. Now this was only £5. I didn't really read the description very well, and I did one of those things where I just clicked it and I bought it. And I know that sounds like a really good excuse to tell the wife, but I don't know what happened, but I bought it anyway. It was a £5, and I thought, well, it's not going to be much turning up. But this has actually really surprised me. So I'll put a picture in now of the root system. So it's still got the tap root attached. So I'll put that in now. So I'm optimistic this is going to do well. So I'll give it a really good soak for a good couple of hours. Dropped it in a bucket of water, and then I'm optimistic as to where or how big this is going to go, or if it survives. So again, if you're going to follow along on the channel, then hopefully we'll get it planted up and it'll start to look good. Not sure where it's going yet, so well, let's just take one step at a time, and see how it goes. But this is a bit of an impulse buy, but I'm super pleased with it. It's got a little crown on it, so it's doing okay. So it's got everything that it should have. I think it cost me a total of £8 with delivery, so worth the gamble, right? So over the summer I've concentrated on a lot of annual plants, which has given me like a great deal of height with the riciness and things like that. With it being a brand new garden and a brand new tropical garden, the height in this garden was absolutely nothing. It was ground level. So things like the riciness, my Brugmansias and my gingers and cannas and things like that really give it some height. But now I'm starting to think about what it's going to look like in winter. and it's not going to look like anything. So a couple of purchases I've done over the last week or so, and I'll show you them now. So one I'm really excited about, and it's Photinia. I'll look up the variety now, bear with me. It is Photinia Pink Marble. I didn't want to go for the Photinia Cross Fraserite, which is like the red robin, because I feel like it's just there's a lot of different varieties now, particularly the variegated ones, which I'm interested in. These get into huge shrubs, so I'm excited that anybody who knows me, yeah, I'm bit by bit gardener, so I really am like a patient gardener. So I'm not going to go ahead and spend a load of money and like plaster it all out, but I am going to start to make plans when it comes to my winter interest. Now look at the colours on this. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited about it. I've got some ideas where I want certain things, and other things I'm just going to sort of see how I go and how they feel. Tree wise, I'm actually really excited because I've got some sumac trees which got off the front, which I know I've got a couple of really good root systems on them, and then I've got my Trachycarpus humilis and waggies which are doing really well, cordylines which are obviously winter interest and hardy. So there will be things in the garden this year that's evergreen, but it is going to be quite sparse. But it's going to give me a good opportunity this winter to have a think about what height I want where, and where they're going. So as the beds get emptied, we're going to continue the vlogs and continue to talk about winter interest and things that we'll be looking over it all year round, as well as getting these exotic plants out. Although these aren't winter evergreens, I feel like I've got to talk about them because the two purchases reasonably recently that I'm really happy with. So this is my Tetrapanax. I've actually got two more of these, so I've got three, and one's already in the ground, which I'll show you in a second, and the other is my foxglove tree, which I was a bit worried about the very centre. Sorry, it's not focusing there, but it's actually coming on really well. There we go. So you can just see it thrown out. A new one in the centre there, and now my camera's having a meltdown. There we go. So I want your guys' opinion. I'm going to move some things around, but I do want your opinion. So very quickly, before I go on to tightening up all my nuts and bolts on the greenhouse, I just want to know your thoughts. So this is the new bed over the other side of the garden, and I am going to move a couple of things. Once the greenhouse is done, then the Trachycarpus will be moved, but let me show you this. So this is the new bed over the opposite side. In the corner there, so right next to the greenhouse door, that's going to be my foxglove tree, and I'm going to keep it to the sort of same height as next door's shed. I'm not going to let it get any bigger than that. I'm going to coppice it every year so it gets thicker and thicker. And then the Trachycarpus, which is actually over here, excuse the mess in the background, like I say, new garden, so that right there is going to go just there in a bed on its own. So happy with the cord line, that's done well, got it in the ground this year, done great. Obviously my castor oils will die down over winter. So this is the plan for this bed. So we've got the foxglove tree in the corner, we've got a small sambuca coming up through there, so that should fill that corner nicely, along with a cord line that actually died off, which is going to come through. I'm going to plant my canna lilies at the front, just there. Now I've actually got a Cuba japonica, not a Cuba japonica, my Fatsia japonica, which is actually flowering at the moment. So behind that, right in the corner, or not right in the corner, but just to the left hand side of it there, I'm going to have my sumac. So that's going to create a nice bit of height there, so as I come home from work I can see that sort of straight away. This MUSA, which I just got in the ground this year to get established, is going to go just here, and that's this cord line's coming out. It's done really poorly this year, so that's going to come out, and my MUSA is going to go just there. Penstemmon's done really well, really happy with that. Exotic flowers. Rose is coming up, going in the front garden for the cottage garden. Trachycarpus is being moved, as we just discussed. So then it's going to give this fella a fair bit of room. Now this was tiny, absolutely tiny, back in the back in the spring when I had it, and it's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move the cord line which is next to it, move the cord line with the Trachycarpus, so that's got quite a lot of room with the banana to the left hand side. So if we forward think, banana to the left, we'll have the huge Tetrapanax, which I'm hoping is going to become huge, a little bit of annual planting around. Then just here, I'm unsure what's going to go just here. I am thinking about the Photinia, but I'm not sure, because I want to create some height within here. Also, I'm thinking where this castor oil plant is, that's where I'd like the Photinia to go. So we've got the Photinia, then the sumac, and then it's going to create this huge bed. My Sambuca is going to get quite large, and obviously the tree, so that's going to be a really good like backdrop to the canopy, along with like I'm going to get some annual plants through there like I did this year. So let me know your thoughts, what you think about that, guys, or any suggestions what you can do. I'm going to paint the fence. I just one job at a time. So I'm not going to bore you guys with tightening up the nuts and bolts on the greenhouse. Purely put it in there for progress on the garden, because everything's slow, right? Or it seems like everything's slow, but this will be a massive asset to my garden with what we want to do over winter, and also cuttings and things like that. So anyway, I'll end the vlog. So thank you very much for watching. I know it was a short one, and until next time, I'll see you in the garden.